Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to ESA Season 5, the group stages, where tonight I'll be joined by Next, which I'm actually be
Hello.
guessing with for the first time. So, hello, nice to meet you.
Yep. Hello.
Yeah, of course, Next, you have already seen him various times on our stream, also me, of course, but this is the first time that we will be casting together. And today, actually, we got only one match for you guys in store, which will be PBX, or Team. I keep forgetting that name. It's such a long name, that
Team
one.
Black X.
Yes, thank you. Project Black
Yeah.
X Esports, indeed, that's the full name. Versus Villains, both teams, of course, from Group A, where currently Team Villains is in the top of the group. Actually, flawless at this moment. They have played 5 matches and won every single one of them without even going to overtime. So they got the maximum points up to this point, which is 15. While Project Black X Esports is currently on 6 points, where they have won one match without going to overtime, won within overtime, lost one in overtime, and lost two without going to overtime. So a bit of everything right there on the side of PBX. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting match. Of course, these teams haven't played against each other before because it's in a single round robin tournament, or even the group stage is single round robin. So this will be a first for them. I'm actually very curious to see how this match will go. What do you think?
I mean, Villains kind of just look unstoppable right now. I mean, they only dropped 9 rounds throughout the whole group stage.
Yeah,
Sitting on 35 wins and 9 lost rounds. Just
yeah,
absolutely insane from them.
yeah. And
And
you,
Project Black
Mhm.
not looking too good right now.
Yeah, indeed. And you also pointed out something when we earlier were talking about how important this match actually is for PBX. Maybe you can talk something more about that.
Yep, Project Black are only sitting on 6 points. For them to get into 4th place, which is the last place that they would be getting out of group stage,
Mm-hmm.
so top 4 will be moving on to playoffs. To get them there, they need 6 points to get there
Okay.
and to move over Night Wolves, or at least tie them. They would need 5.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they're sitting on 6 points, so and they still have 2 rounds to matches. I mean to play, which so if they lose this match in overtime, without overtime, doesn't matter. They would be mathematically eliminated
Oh, wow.
from going to playoffs. So
Yeah.
Project Black gotta step up the game and
Okay, that's a tough one indeed for
get
them. I can imagine they're
yeah.
quite tense, looking forward to this match. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's see how things will go. I think we can actually jump right into map ban, so we can actually finally find out which map is going to be played in this match. So let's actually take a look at that. The maps will be popping on any moment, and I believe it's Team Villains who's starting the operator of the map bans in this case. So they will start coming in anytime soon.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what these teams will be preferring. And first off, Theme Park by Villains. Theme Park only played 2 times so far, on par with
Yikes.
Border. People not really liking that. Second ban, Chalet. Interestingly enough, the most played map so far in the tournament is going to be off the board. Thirdly, oh, here comes Border. The 2 most banned maps banned by Villains. Fourth ban, Oregon. And Skyscraper, that's preference picks from them. Bank being banned by PBX. Now, this time banning Clubhouse. And the last ban from PBX is going to be, drumroll, that's going to be Villa, and they're going to be playing on Cafe. Interestingly enough, most matches that Villains have played were on Villa, and they won there quite a lot, so makes sense why PBX would go for Cafe instead of Villa, but also uh, Project Black also played Cafe Dostoevsky once so far this group stage. I mean, they could get some experience from that, but they also might not be expecting what villains might be brewing on that map. We'll see how it's gonna go in this match.
Yeah, of course, Villains, a team who has been very successful up to this point. Currently, there's only 3 teams who are on that flawless score that Villains currently is on. So that's quite a bit of an accomplishment, if you ask me. And today is one of more of those days where they need to defend that streak if they want to keep up with it. And it's up to PBX to break that. And like you already emphasized before, this is a very important match for PBX as well. So yeah, let's just see how they will do. How they will do. I really would love to see them get another chance within this tournament, still have a chance to make it into the playoffs. But before we can head to that, we're actually starting with this match. We've actually seen the introduction here of the Cafe Dostoevsky map, as we saw before. And we're heading straight into gameplay right here. And we'll first see which operators are going to be banned.
Yep, we're gonna see what teams are gonna be banning here. Of course, PBX have a lot to lose this match, so maybe have studied up their opponents, villains. Villains, of course, have been last 3 matches they've played were on Villa, so that ban for them would make sense. But first ban is coming from Villa. It's gonna be Jackal. That nightmare for roamers could be quite really annoying to deal with, shall we say, for defense. But secondly, interesting ban, Yana. Have not seen a lot of Yana bans this group stage. Usually we see something like let me just pull up the stats here for the map. I mean,
Only been 2 times here.
Yeah, usually see like a Nook or something like that. But PBX selecting to ban Yana. Third ban coming out of them is Azami. Azami, I mean, pretty banned operator. That she could be really versatile with her Kiba barriers, and can be really hard to destroy them. And last but not least, Mira being banned away by villains, not wanting to deal with those. Are they from Brazil? Jackal and Mira?
No, they're actually from Spain.
No.
Spain. They
Yes,
launched together
Spain.
with Coastline, which was located in the Mediterranean Sea. I believe it's Ibiza. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it's Ibiza. But yeah, they are from Spain, and indeed, both of them will be eliminated. I was about to say, but of course, banned. They will not be able to be played for the remainder of this map and match. And the teams will need to do without them. Of course, both of them indeed, commonly played operators, especially Mira, can be very creative on Cafe Dostoevsky. So it's not too crazy of a ban to see. And also I think in terms of ban rate for Mira, I think she has been banned quite a bit so far. Yeah, currently 13 times, so 21% out of the matches, Mira is being banned. So that's quite a lot. And therefore it's not a huge surprise to actually see her being banned this time.
Yep. That also means that Solus is going to be on the board. Of course, she has been banned more than half of all the matches. That's quite an impressive statistic for a for an operator like that. But yeah, people not really willing to play against her. But I guess Project Black and the villains looking at I mean, choosing others as more useful operators to ban.
Yeah, that's certainly one of the things they need to keep in mind, that they just need to play other operators right now, as those are not available. And like you said, I saw this. We'll hopefully see her being played during this day. I mean, Eternal the First is already one of those players who is playing as her at the moment, so we will definitely see her. But let's just see whether her gadget will be useful in his hands. So as the first round is now starting, the attackers are now making their way towards the building, looking for the first approach, first way in for where they can start attacking the bomb site.
Yep, and villains will be greeting them with hands. Well, no hands, but even, of course, gonna be bullets. And trying to find some picks. And speaking of, Fusco finds first pick, and that's the Solus off the board. Eternal falling first. C4 comes out. Cool, that came quite close there, taking off half the HP of the Monty.
Oh, next I must interrupt you for a moment. Your mic is absolutely glitching at the moment. It might have to do with the Discord that we turn up quite a bit. So I will take a look at this for a moment. For now, I unfortunately must mute you for now. But I will try to fix these issues right after this round. So I'm very sorry for that. But yeah, either way, this round is now going to continue in a 4 versus 2 situation. It's currently 4 players, the first 4 attackers versus 2 defenders. Defenders are in a very tight job, but especially the smoke being noticed right in this corner. Currently gets Kisat with a kill on Basel, but Trix with a kill on Kisat. It's a 2 versus 1 situation with the smoke still alive. He just had 1 smoke in his left, gets in contact with the Thermite and takes him out as well. Brings this round to 1 versus 1 situation. Trix knows about the position of the smoke, has a better advantage as he has a better gun for the long range, but still Smoke has been able to do quite a bit of damage there on the IQ. and we'll just find him in this crosshair anytime soon. But no, it's Trixed with the kill on the smoke, meaning this round will now be going to the attacking team, which is PBX in this case. I'm saying that quickly. Yes, PBX putting the score on 1-0. I'm quickly going to mute myself, and I'm going to fix the issue with Oha next. Small moment.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I will also have to mute myself. Okay, I'm gonna bring Big Oha next right now into the OBS, and everything should be fine right now. He should be heard again.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm back. Yeah.
So welcome. Yeah, sorry, welcome back.
Yeah, it does like to freak out sometimes.
Yeah, sorry that I had to throw you out of the call like that. That was the first button that I could find to actually hit the deafen button. But then obviously my Discord didn't want to undeafen you, but luckily I've been able to manage to fix it right in time for this second round of this match. Well, we'll just go back to the same bomb site after the defenders were unsuccessful to defend it. It got very close, but it just barely didn't make it with a second attempt. And maybe a little bit of better defense here. They might be able to win it this time around.
Oh, Fusco on Demaru. Gonna be repelling. We're going to go into the window. So just jump to the balcony. Still thinking about jumping into a window here, and does go into cocktail right here. Going really, really fast onto this third floor. Third floor remaining uncontested by... Oh no, being contested by villains as Kissad playing in this bathroom right now. Gonna be waiting for some attackers to join him here as he gets run out and gets immediately fragged by Fusco. Opening frag again, going the way of PBX.
Yeah, very unfortunate that Eternal, the first was not able to like defend his teammate as he was getting engaged. It would have been a beautiful double play if they were able to just hold each other backs, do some nice refrags. But unfortunately, Eternal the first is just staying behind a little bit on those red stairs, not doing too much at the moment, and now slowly falling back. Unfortunately for the defenders, not having been able to do too much damage on the top floor. They have wasted a little bit over a minute, but the attackers will soon be on their heels and be closing in on the bomb site. As Ibana is already opening the first hatch, verticals will be made anytime soon as Buck also makes his way into the fireplace. And from here, it will be becoming very difficult for the defending team to play down the stairs.
Yeah, villains would have been expecting a bit more time wasted, especially on this big of a map. 3 floors to play with as another fight breaking out by next here, trying to play against Nerd, but that's a warden. He's not going to be affected by these flashes, and Nerd takes his head off for that. Now, a 4v4 situation for villains. Some good news now, but with a minute left, and vertical holes being made.
Yeah, those
Pressure on the one bomb side.
Yeah, those verticals make it nearly impossible to play on site as well, and with these verticals being made, you can even see all the way into the nasty corner there in the back left of kitchen. Smoke trying to pick it out, however, so he needs to be very careful because he might actually be spotted, but they're very unfortunate smoke cannons to throw, after which then actually 2 defenders get a kill. It's both Eternal the first and Nerd getting a kill on 2 attackers, leaving Basin and Fusco all alone in this 2 versus 4 situation. So this might actually be coming around for the defenders this time around, for villains, and especially as Eternal first can also get to kill Basin, and Nerd gets a kill on Fusco. This round is going to the defending team, which is villains, putting the score on 1-1 with an equal score.
Yeah, both teams quite fighting tooth and nail. Of course, BBX doesn't want to lose it, but villains don't really want to allow some other team to progress into the bracket. Gonna be, and also want to be remaining at that 100% win rate. That'd be quite nice going to playoffs. Quite a statement that would be having, as villains now going for a 3rd floor cocktail.
Yeah, at least PBX has. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. At least PBX already has been able to win 1 round at least. Is starting off with a 1-0 advantage, which of course is a good thing for the team, especially they're currently behind on the group, which we already explained before, but Villains is not having any of it. Just for a second round, they're going for the defense and actually managing to win it, bringing things to an equal 1-1, which yeah, basically shows that they're able to make a comeback, and if they continue this streak, they will eventually be in the lead as well. Also, one thing I still want to point out, what a beautiful Warden play earlier. I've always said, like, Warden situations are like a bit of a rare situation which doesn't happen too often. And especially like so as beautiful as this one was, using his gadget to actually just bait an attacker basically, and again even getting the kill on attacker. That's just a beautiful thing to see.
10 seconds remaining.
So that's a very nice play there.
Yeah, that was quite a nice
5
play
seconds to
though.
go.
I think his head did peak, and maybe the player from BBX didn't see the beautiful mustache on Warden peeking out from the bar and didn't realize that Flash is not gonna be effective against him, as we see a spot come from Cayenne. Doesn't get anything but some bullets in his ass, and now only 50 HP left for him.
Yeah,
Not a good way to start around.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, no Thunderbird in play, so there's no way, Thunderbird or Doc in play, there's not really any way for him to heal himself back up, so he will need to deal with it HP waste, really, as he jumped out, of course, which was a huge risk and didn't really get any reward out of it. But, like I like to say, as long as you have a gun in your head, you can make yourself useful, so let's see whether he will be able to. Attackers, meanwhile, have stacked themselves up to the top floor, from where they are trying to make the first bit of control, trying to find the first way in. Hibana, however, getting damaged quite a bit as she's trying to make it herself through the roof, and it's actually Kisat with the first kill there on Trix, taking out one of the players, and then she's basing with another kill there on Kisat. That's a trade, basically, a refrag. After which Nutsink gets another refrag right there on Basin, bringing things to 3 versus 4.
Yeah, refrag after refrag. Really nice play from both of their teams there, but Villains coming out of top from that gunfight. Of course, retaining their advantage in a 3-4 situation now. Going to be a bit more tough for Project Black to make their way towards the side, as
User has been dropped.
narrowly avoiding getting killed Eternal here, but Nerd gets another frag for himself, as now a 2v4 situation for Project Black. Trying to make his way into side, nearly gets eaten there through those holes through the bar, but still all alone. But Shun, yep, does get a kill. Now 2v3 situation.
Yeah, 2v3 situation with still 1 minute and 5 seconds on the clock, which is still a decent amount of time, with just one player less on the attacking side. There's still a bit of opportunities here and there for the attacking team, but S8 to get a kill on Fusco, it's all coming down to Shune in this 1 versus 3 situation, getting damaged a bit, and Frostrat was just hiding behind the counter this whole time. One of the things he didn't account for, and with this beautiful way, he gets taken out in the 1 versus 3, which was already very difficult to clutch, but one thing he just didn't expect was getting taken out by utility instead of an operator with a gun. But yeah, either way, that's a round win for Villains. They take the lead after losing the first round of this match and putting the score on 1-2. We'll now head into round 4.
Yep, Villains getting back some momentum here, and PBX are going to try to break it in their attacking half. Of course, Cafe being a bit more defender-sided, I think 55% win rate on defense on this map, so for Project Black, could be okay to lose 1 or 2 rounds here
Attackers need to
to
locate and
Villains.
defuse bombs.
Nothing is, I mean, there's still a lot of opportunities to win here. They still have this half and the next half when they swap sides, of course, to claw something back, but PBX are gonna be trying to at least aim for maybe a 3-3 or even a 4-2 split half for them. That would be quite good for them, but when only one thing remains to see if that's gonna be possible for them.
Yeah.
Going for a second floor now on
10
library,
seconds to
and
go.
I think it's fireplace.
Yeah, Fireplace
So
Library. Yeah, Fireplace
Yeah,
Library
5
indeed, with a very important extension towards the top floor, of course. Something you usually see. In the hands of the defender, the top floor can be very strong, as they can defend the bomb site from above, basically, and waste some time to watch the attackers. But at the same time, in the hands of the attacker, it's a very strong one as well, as they can attack the bomb site from above and make it very difficult to play inside. Okay, Kisat really sets the tone for this first round. Takes out Trix within the first, what was it, 20 seconds or so. That's a beautiful way to take out the Nomad as well. Her your utility going to the grave with her. That's of course a beautiful way for Kisa to start things off. He might, I was about to say, will he find a second? He might just be. It was getting very close, but in the end, Shannon manages to stay out of sight and manages to stay alive. Otherwise, that would have been a dramatic start for the attacking team of PBX.
Yeah, not the start they're looking for here. Dying from a swamping, that is not a good way to start any round, and especially an attack for them as Beeson sneaking up the red stairs might maybe catch some defenders out, but of course Eternal playing on that pulse may spot him out as Fusco gets 50 HP taken off from a C4 from below. And now a 3 frustration sets against the second, and Eternal finds himself another one. And now a 2v4 situation as June does find a frag for his team, but will this be enough for them to win this round? As Bosch does find another round, but Kisad on a triple kill, and a 4K looks unstoppable, and just stops this attack of PBX dead in their tracks.
Yeah, it was a very interesting play from the Bulls down there. After, of course, he threw C4. I don't think he did he get a kill with his C4? I don't think so, right? He just did a lot of damage.
Yeah, 50 HP too.
Yeah, he did quite a bit of damage with that C4. But of course, then just in time, he actually aimed his scanner to the left, finding that AQ as well, just taking a really clean headshot. Yeah, very interesting round from the defenders. They have done quite well on this round. Also, the opening spawn pick, of course. Resulting in this match now being on a score of 1-3. Currently, that's Villains 2 points in the lead over their opponent PBX, and they're on a good track to has been a decent score into the World Cup. Of course, there's still 2 rounds remaining, and we'll now be heading back to the first bomb site they have played for this match. One they have played 2 times, of which the one they lost it, and once they won it.
Yep, let me just see if Project Black will adapt to how and fix the shortcomings of their attack that they had last time. Interestingly enough, last round, Project Black did have an IQ that could have spotted that pulse.
Yeah, surely.
Playing with his gadget, but didn't really see her being played or using her gadget.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that was a smart play to just pick IQ for her gun. Of course, that commando is quite a good gun, but her gadget is useful as well. We see another spawn pick from Eternal, I think. No.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure what it was. It was probably Kind. No. It might be
probably
Eternal,
hunting
yeah.
for drones.
Could also be, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, of course, that's one of the things that Sots can also do, hunting drones on the outside, yeah. Yeah, usually where you're expecting drones to be safe on the outside, of course, there's now soldiers, which can ruin those things. So that's an interesting one.
Definitely can ruin some pre-placed drones, as we see Flores coming out, going to be destroying some of that utility there. Of course, that ADS playing there to defend these 2 players playing in bakery here as some damage exchanged onto Fusco. Not a lot, but still just a scratch here. Still playing this aggressive angle as Bosch on Monty pressuring in that Jaeger's. Wow. Shun finds 2 kills actually from the Monty play, and another one, and now a 4v2 situation, a complete swap here that we are used to seeing, and now a 2v4 situation for Villains. Quite a tough spot to be playing in.
Yeah, 4 versus 2 with still 1 minute and 40 seconds on the clock. Attackers have a lot of time to just drone a little bit, gather some information, open some wells, exactly what Termite is going to do right now. Nerd, however, with a kill on Tricks, getting a bit of damage right here. Kistats finding Detach, however, equalizing things, getting another one. He just finds Basin, but then it's Shanna with a kill on Kistats, evening things out in a 1 versus 1 situation with just Nerd alive versus the Termite. He's playing in a very strong location, which is the closet, the code check, for where here's a perfect line of sight into the kitchen area. And for Termite, this brings a very difficult situation to be in. He can try to go for a plant behind some of the cover that is provided to him, but he needs to be very careful because the warden can close in very easily.
Appears to know the aggressive position of Nerd, but does not know that he's hiding in a closet. And another round going to Villains. That round looked like it was sealed by PBX, but Villains clawed that victory back.
Yeah.
Now a 4-1 for them.
Yeah, indeed, a 1-4 score currently in the advantage of Villains, for which now head into the second round. And with the second round now starting, I'm actually looking at the prediction which has ended, where a total of 10 people have casted a vote, for which we're thankful. But actually the majority, 7 people have casted a vote for Project Black X Esports, while only 3 casted a vote for Villains, which is interesting to see, of course, because, I mean, if you look on the leaderboards for the group, it's clearly the Villains is performing much better at this moment, and the same you can say about this match for now. Of course, this last round that we just saw should have been one going to PBX, especially since it was a 1 versus 4, 2 versus 4 situation at one point. But yeah, either way, Villains is clearly fighting back, not getting the majority of the votes, but doing better at this moment. And they will now have the final defensive round. And if they even win this one, it will be a 1-5 score, which is a great score for them to hit into rolls up with. But even if they lose this one, it will be 2-4, which is still very reasonable. In terms of PBX, they really need to win this round, because heading into rolls up with a 1-5 is a pretty tough one.
I mean, after that loss, I would have expected even they might have maybe went for tactical assignment, as losing a 4-2 situation is rough for the mental of players, in my opinion.
It is.
Yeah, especially they're close to side. They had the control, they had the opportunity, but just giving the ones to Villains, and the Villains players just taking that opportunity with both their hands and grabbing it.
That was close.
Yeah.
I wanted to witness like how the Frost was like kind of watching the window every now and then. I saw how the Nomad was working away towards it. The Frost just laid straight ahead. If she would have just aimed and took the shot, she would have got such a perfect headshot. But unfortunately, Frost just realized a little too late. Doesn't have the outliers that we have and didn't get a kill in that way. However, Trix, does get a kill. He actually takes out Kisats, which is currently, if I'm saying correctly, the top fragger of the opponent team of Villains. So that's a very good start for Team PBX up to this moment. Of course, still a 5 versus 4, which is still a difficult position for them to be in, but at least the start has been made, and hopefully for them, there's more to be found.
Yep, hopefully they won't lose this advantage as they did last round, and will win something for themselves and claw back at least one round coming into their second half, as June getting a bit of damage exchange with them as a shot from Kayan, taking out Fusco, trying to lurk down through white stairs. Oh, and he finds a second one from himself. Oh my, Kayan just going on a roll, finding a double, escaping with a brink of HP for himself. But
Yeah.
now, a 4v2 situation, might be a 3v2, or
Yeah, like, yeah, no worries. The advantage that PBX once had is now completely lost, as Villains has been taking it back. It's now 1 versus 4 situation. The position of the Sophia is known. She's in a very tough spot. 2 defenders trying to attack her. She does get no. The teammates gets one. It's actually a team kill from the Frost, but in the end, Frost makes it all right by getting that final kill on the remaining attacking player. Wins another round for Villains, putting the score on 1-5. And then the tactical timer does come out as expected from PBX, assumingly. Of course, on a 1-5 situation, which is not a great one to be in, and they will now get an extra 45 seconds to retalk the strategies, see what's going wrong, get the shit together, because they really need to start winning some points. It's the 4 behind, and their opponent is just 1 point away from the match point and 2 from winning this match. Talking about the previous round, I was like, why is this Nomad watching the hedge below? Like, Oryx is already taken out, so it's not as if someone is going to be jumping up that hedge, of course. But yeah, indeed, the Jaeger was able to get such a sneaky angle, and even though the Nomad was completely ready for it, so unfortunate to see that the Nomad was not able to be profiting from it to take out the Jaeger, so it's a very unfortunate one there.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just looking at the scoreboard here, and all the Villains players just having a field trip on this match, all going quite good, and some players from PBX just not being able to find those kills.
Yeah.
Of course, kills aren't everything in this game, but sometimes you still gotta win those 1v1s, and PBX just seem to lose them a lot more than Villains.
Yeah, that's also what's causing them to lose those advantages that they have. Like, sometimes they do manage to get the advantage, which I'm like finally thinking, okay, this could actually become a PBX round. But then they just lose that advantage. That's such a waste. That's so unfortunate to see. Well, let's just hope they will be doing a bit better on the defense now. They will be starting here on the top floor, which is one of the more favorable bomb sites in many cases. So I have some hopes for them here, but coming back from this 1 versus 5 score will be very difficult. It's also 5 rounds ago that they managed to win a round. It was the very first round of this match, so perhaps maybe Villains was still a bit sleeping or not really ready yet. But now Villains definitely did get a taste, and whether things are going to be worked around through this role swap, I'm a bit doubtful, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I did see some comebacks so far in this group stage, so anything can happen, but yeah, things are looking a bit dire for PBX at this point. But now, as Villains are approaching this beautiful cafe, we're gonna see if that tackle timeout will pay off for them as Kyan already making his way inside the building, and again, that Nook gonna be lurking around downstairs, maybe throwing some nades from below, trying to catch some of PBX players off guard. Of course, Solus will be able to see if Nook is using her dash, as she's really close to, but Lucy here. Now, the engagement is taking place. Bullets exchange with no HP is dropped, as I said. Pushkin does get some from white stairs. There's also some help coming in, and Kayan does get dropped in the fireplace and does get eliminated by June. First pick again going in PBX's favor, but the important part now is not to lose that advantage. They're in defense. They have that ability to, and as I say it, Trix gets eliminated by Eternal, and now it's a 4v4. Still okay, still a defense. Still, they just gotta wait for these players to come to their sites, and basically just does that. Cassette sticking out, and now 4v3 situation seems to look a bit better as Beeson finds another one as Nerd falls. Now 4v2. Things are looking better and better for BBX. The important part now is not to lose that disadvantage.
Yeah, 4 versus 2 with one player currently playing on the red side and the other one still on the roof. Eternal still just waiting patiently for one player to expose the heads, which actually happens, but unfortunately just reacting a little bit too slow, unable to get the kill, where it's all mostly coming down to 8, who's mostly doing anything at this moment, looking for any engagement, but that's not paying off. From 3 different angles he was being approached, getting taken out by Shen in the end, and that's all coming down to Eternal. The Sledge playing on the rooftop hatch. His position is known, so the eyes are likely pointed at him, but it's also one good thing, because he's actually able to get some kills out of it. He did do a bit of damage from the rooftop and did manage to take out Shen. So it's a 3 versus 1. If he manages to find the Lucy as well, he can easily turn it in 2 versus 1, which is very much clutchable. And with 30 seconds on the clock, there is still a little bit of time, but he needs to be very careful and very effective with it.
Yep, but PPX just going for a bit of...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it does not, is not able to find anyone, so just trying to say something. Bison cuts me off with that shotgun, going into the face of the Sledge, dropping the hatch, and now they do find a round. Now you just gotta keep that momentum going and maybe get a winning streak on defense for them.
Yeah, hopefully there's indeed some positivity coming into Team PBX at this moment, of course. They lost 5 rounds in a row, and now they finally have been able to win one, so they're on 2-5 score right now. And if they keep the momentum going and keep the positivity positivity supporting themselves, then they can hopefully turn it into 3-5, which is getting so much closer to each other. And there's the comeback will then technically be much more real, but I think this upcoming round will be very important, because if they don't win it, it will be a 2-6, and then their opponent will be on match point, which is of course a bad thing to happen. So if PBX can really win 1 more points, then they're on 3-5, which is a very beautiful score to be on at this moment.
3-5 score does look a lot better on the score screen than a 2-5 or a 2-6. So it's gonna definitely be a morale boost maybe for PBX, but for that they're gonna need to defend this kitchen, and we're gonna see how they're gonna approach it. We see a Capcom actually being played and a Clash, which is quite interesting picks coming out from PBX.
Indeed, the Clash is one of those operators that you don't see too much, luckily. There was like this time where she was getting banned all the time, and well, luckily her pick rate has decreased as well, which did decrease the ban rate, of course. But she is being played right now, and playing this far offside, like on the red stairs, is very interesting. I'm very curious to see what her plan really is, because at this position, there's not really anyone who can really back her up. One other thing to point out, though, is the pulse playing downstairs again. We have seen it, of course, on the side of Villains last time. Now it's up to PBX to try and take some kind of payback, and especially as Fusco gets a kill on Kisat, that's again the top fragger of Villains taken off the boards, and that's a good start for PBX.
Yep, really good start, and just gotta not lose this good start as they did many rounds before. Hopefully they're not gonna be the same mistakes as. Did you know that Clash is playing on these red stairs in Koyan? Just waiting patiently for this Clash just leave out of position just slightly so he can damage her as a nade is being thrown. Whoa, that was really close there. Might have been taken out by his own grenade. That would have been really unfortunate. This second nade comes out, doesn't do any damage. That's 2 nades off the board for him.
Yeah, like I was saying, the Clash cannot really accomplish too much on the red stairs, but one thing she's clearly doing is wasting time and wasting utility. 2 nades wasted, 1.5 minutes on the clock already also gone. So I do think that the Clash is somewhat useful on the stairs, but I think she will be much more useful on this on the bomb site itself when she rotates herself backwards. There's also more attackers getting close, so she needs to be a little bit more careful. Pulse, of course, is still playing upstairs. He's getting droned quite a lot, so he needs to relocate himself all the time, but he might actually be able to sneak up on the knock, who is not expecting the Pulse coming from behind right now.
Yep, might not. As, of course, there's some pressure coming out from Clash and from 2 sides. Koyan cannot find anyone, but Eden can. And now, it's 4v3 situation, only 50 seconds left, and Eternal just making his way down to 2nd floor and pushing this Clash really aggressively. But Aiden gets a double kill, now it's a 3v3 situation. 40 seconds left. Clash is still on the board. Clash can still waste a lot of time unless Villains are able to side really quickly here. Eternal will be playing on the vertical angle, so it's all down to Aiden to take control of side.
Yeah, but it's still only 18 seconds on the clock. Things are really going to be bloody right near. It's just going to be one big gunfight coming from each. Actually, the Clash are getting stunned by their own drone, but still, it's a huge time waste trying to get a kill on Eternal the first. It's all coming down to the remaining 2 attacking players, of which Aiden is super low on HP. C4 being thrown right in front of the ace. He needs to take it up with the pistol, but unfortunately, the time runs out. He managed to get one, but at the same time, his teammate had fallen, and it was just a 2 versus 1 situation with just such a little time, and therefore, PBX takes another round, puts a score on 3-5, and does actually make a decent chance here to make a comeback. Also very interesting to point out the Clash on those red stairs, like we were already talking about before. Did you see what happened as the Clash was falling back on the red stairs? So as she was falling back when the Sledge was approaching her fairly late in the round, she was falling back, but all the teammates who were still playing inside of kitchen were using those holes to made towards red stairs to do damage or at least shoot at the Sledge. So it might actually been the plan that the Clash is trying to hold people, like to try to lure people on approaching her on those red stairs, after which the teammates playing in the kitchen will try to take out the player trying to attack the Clash. I do have a feeling that that's kind of what they're trying to set up right there, which is actually a very smart thing to do, because of course by itself the Clash seems very harmless. She can just only do a bit of shocking damage, surely. So I do think that was what they're trying to do, and it was quite smart. Like, they didn't directly get a kill out of it, but it was a very nice attempt.
They did waste a lot of time with that. That's
also a utility.
Yeah, and utility, yeah. There was 2 nades being wasted on that Clash, and with only 50 seconds left, that's when the first player of Villains was really there to make the vertical onto site. That wasn't there wasn't enough time to capitalize off that vertical. For PBX, when they were in attack, I think it only took them a minute to get to that point, and then Clash did play out really well for them. So the Unorthodox pick working out very well.
Yeah, and now it's again up to PBX to go for another defensive round. For this time, they of course need to go to the third option, which in this case they have decided to go to Fireplace Library. A different kind of setup, however, compared to what Villains did. It seems like that PBX is trying to hold the top floor a bit more in its totality, also kind of including like the piano fire signal launch area with a deployable shield where the Mai is currently playing. So it's a bit of a different setup where Villains, of course, was playing much more back towards Cocktail Lounge and the hallway. But yeah, it's still up to the attacking team to take control. Of course, the deployable shield is going to be a bit of a problem. But Fusco, however, also doesn't need to expose him that much because he almost lost his head right there. And it would have been kind of taken off the point of being in this position with the deployable shields. But yeah, meanwhile, the attackers are making their control, have opened up the red wall, which does give them a new opening way in towards the piano area, which will hopefully give them a better chance to deny the Wamai there.
Yeah, and that's that play from the Wamai from Fusco. That's I think the problem that BBX is having as a that is not successful and shield is taken off. I'll just continue the point later as action is taking place. Cayenne exchanging shots with June already inside. Nook sneaking around past that camera but on white. And Defender's not being aware of that as Kisad finds the first pick, but immediately refragged by Pashka. Yeah, Cayenne pushes Nook off the board. Her nades not gonna be used anymore, but that means with a minute left, the control is being taken, and now the pressure it's gonna be a big worry for BBX and the players that are playing this site right now.
Yeah, it's still 45 seconds right now, and with the attackers having top control and still being on an equal man count, they do have a decent shot here. They can really deny the defense from above. They really force those people out of reading room, and exactly what they want, because I think that's where they want to go for the plant eventually. As Fireplace seems to be much more difficult with people playing in trains. However, it's IQ currently playing in the pillar room, trying to clear the first way in towards the reading room, which I was mentioning. With people playing in trains, yeah, it's actually a bit difficult because people can play from trains, go into mining, which makes it very difficult to actually head in. But as Buck is actually making his way in, going for the defuse, it's up to the other attackers to go for the defuse, first for the cover, and actually the defuser goes down. So very unfortunate team damage there, but Shannon with a double kill takes out Kisat and Aiden, and then Nerd with a kill on Basin, leaving this round in a 1 versus 1, I was about to say. But as the attackers find the remaining defenders, this round is actually going to the attacking team, which is Villains, who just lost 2 rounds in a row, but now managed to win one once more, putting the score on 36 match point for Team Villains.
Yep, Villains just need one more round to get BBX out of out of their sight and to the relegations.
I'm not sure what's happening here.
Probably a rehost.
Yeah,
what I
but
see.
I'm not sure why they're all leaving. Well, we'll just go take a look on what's exactly going on here. Just quickly gonna jump out of the stream here, and then we'll be right back, hopefully soon. So see you guys in a short moment, hopefully. Bye bye.
Yep, hopefully. Bye.
Okay, welcome back. Sorry for the long wait. We're having no screen for some reason. That's a new one. Let me just quickly restart my Elgato. I guess it has something to do with that one. This is a strange one. Seeing no gameplay whatsoever. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
A reset of the Elgato did a wonderful job right there. So luckily, yes, we are able to restart the match with a 3-6 score where we were left off. Of course, the scoreboard has been completely wiped, so that's an unfortunate thing. But to figure out the correct MVP for this match, of course, we'll look back at both of the scoreboards. From both before and after the rehost. So for now we'll continue with this match. Currently Villains, of course, on the 6 points match points, where PBX is 3 points behind and still has some work to do. I'm still here with Ohotnex, and let's see how much longer this match will take. This could be the final rounds, but at the same time PBX could win 3 rounds in a row and bring this match to overtime. So let's see how things will go.
Still can, but maybe this rehost will maybe just give him a bit of more strength, a bit more energy to play. But we're just gonna make it to wait and see how it's gonna go as we head to 3rd floor this time. A site which BX have won last time they've been here. Let's see if they can replicate their success this time, or if villains are gonna be able to find a crack in the defense and exploit that to win themselves one more round and take this match. Making their way up the building here, going to for standard push from upstairs to the hatch. That's what we usually see here. No surprise coming up from villains, no surprise coming from BBX. Not really early aggression here from either of the teams. Just scouting out and seeing what's with all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess it's just trying to station grenades to burn any ADSs, which is actually a bit of successful. They have managed to do some damage on the mute right there with one of those nades, which wouldn't have been possible if the ADSs were still placed there. I mean, ADSs weren't even there, but maybe someone might just been based on the kill there on Aiden. That's again one player on the side of villains taken out. An opening kill to PBX, exactly what they need, and just a second just coming right at him. That's Keystad also taking up the board, and that's a beautiful start here for the members of PBX, starting out with a 5 versus 3 situation.
Yep, getting a bit too enthusiastic about taking out Basin in that closet there. But for that, they paid the price of 2 clears, and not really a lot of damage done to Basin either way. Doesn't Jammers, of course, blocking those Flores drones, so it's gonna be difficult to deal with now. But Basin's still playing in that closet, but that's Trixed finding out double kill for his team as Basin on a triple kill now, going massive here, and a flawless round to start off this rehosted match. No better way to start this off on PBX than this.
Yeah, like if the rehosts really seem to have done well for PBX in this case. They didn't win the protest, but still it did give him some time, I guess, to talk things through, and they're certainly doing much better for this round. It was a very dominating round for them, a flawless round even for them, which earned them that extra points. Their opponent, of course, still on match points, so they're still in a tough position, but at least they have managed to close the gap of 3 rounds to 2 rounds, which looks a bit better. And with just 2 more rounds to go, they could technically bring things to a overtime. But didn't you say earlier they could only still make it into playoffs if they didn't go to overtime? Or can they still go if they go to overtime?
Technically here they could, but if they win this, they only get 2 points. That means that their next match, either they win non-overtime or they're out of there.
Yeah.
And even then, if they do that, they would be tied with Night Wolves, assuming that Night Wolves, of course, don't win their remaining games. They'll be tied with Night Wolves, and only the round differential would separate PBX from going to playoffs. So, in this situation, not looking good for PBX, but hey, there's still a chance, there's still hope for them, and PBX definitely not losing that at all, fighting tooth and nail to get themselves a victory here against the villains.
Yeah, okay, so it's a tough position for PBX to be in, whether they realize it or not. But let's just see how they will do. If they can still win this match, there will be a very good accomplishment for them. We might, however, see a bit of an aggressive approach from the attacking team. However, it was just a breaching charge. I was thinking about would be some kind of follow-up, but it isn't directly. It's just a quick preparation to open up that garage wall to just have that extra entry point and line of sight. Meanwhile, there's Buck already stacking up on the top floor, opening those rooftop hatches, getting an early drop in, and we're actually seeing the Clash on the same position, which was so successful earlier on. Even noticing that she's being watched, which is, of course, a major thing, because that camera, that can be so annoying for her when they know all the time where she's playing. We saw several nades being thrown at her last time. And that will be just a bit more difficult as they don't have any active information on her at the moment.
I'm interested to see what approach villains are going to take, if they're going to go on to take out the Pulse, or if they're going to stay and focus their attention on the clash, or even if they are aware of Trix still playing up top. There's 50 HP being taken off the clash, and now Trix being taken off the board as well. And now the clash playing all alone here. There's still a C4 prep for a person jumping in, and it finds Kissat. Now a 4v4 situation for the team. Still drones coming out, still watching clash with them.
Yeah, very tough position right now for either team. It's a 4 versus 4. Still lots of work to be done. It's just finally getting those verticals going, where Ace is now trying to open up one of the walls. I guess it will be Garage as he's opened up Garage. Well, unfortunately for him, some mute jumpers have been placed. Some of his canisters utility can be activated, but some will remain to be muted, I guess. But at least the attackers managed to take out Basin, bringing things to 3 versus 5, which is in the attacking advantage.
Yep. On that clash, also taking a bit of damage here, playing that small bakery, still holding that shield, and still gonna be quite annoying to deal with by the attackers. But with 50 seconds left, verticality is being played, putting a lot of pressure on the players playing inside. Actually, like all the players from BBS are rotated, but there's still an echo drone being played inside. So, oh, that's taken off now with that beautiful nade from Nerd. Now the plant can go down, and Passion with Fusco need to get into sight, get their guns out, and get some shots here. But Cayenne finds Fusco now in a 1v4 situation. Passion with the clash, another 360, but cannot even find one, as villains clean this map up and go on to go a flawless victory so far in their group stage. GG's, and a really nice try from PBX.
Yeah, indeed, a very nice attempt of PBX to make a comeback, because if you remember, of course, they were behind on a 1-5 score at one point, so making it a 4-7 is still a decent thing to do. It's still an accomplishment, but unfortunately, of course, it's not enough to win this matchup between these two teams. And even after we had this little rehost, it's still PBX, unfortunately, still losing with a 4-7 score, which indeed, like you already mentioned, Villains staying on that flawless streak of points. They will get another 3 points to their total of 15 that they already have. So they will be the only team currently on 18 points. But of course, those other two teams with 15 points at the moment haven't played their sixth match. So they will still need to do so. But currently, Villains is the only one. And the other teams will still have a chance to continue the flawless streak will be Team Black and Team Misklik. So
Yep.
yeah, a 7-4 score, maybe even closer than I would have expected from the beginning, because like we already pointed out, it's Villains is the number 1 of their group, while PBX is just a bit below them. I think they were on the 5th spot, if I'm saying that correctly, or 6th even. So there's quite a bit of a gap between these two teams in terms of previous accomplishments and points they have gained through it. But still, it's in the end, it's Villains beating PBX, but with a 4-7 score. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if you have anything left to say about this specific match.
I mean, that was one of the closer games that Villains have had
I think
to
so.
play. Yeah, so far, the only team that has they've only had 7-2, 7-2, 7-1, and then a 7-4
right.
victory against Molotov Gang, which is a second place team. So
Mhm.
Rushing Plague to get 4
Ooh.
rounds against a team like Villains, still really impressive. But this consolation prize, will it be enough for PBX? As they will not be making it out of group stages into playoffs.
Mhm.
So that's a bit of a heartbreak for them, but I mean, still a really, really good effort for them.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be it from me.
Yeah, for today, that's it indeed. Unfortunately, only one match. Of course, originally there would be 3 matches on Mondays as usual, but of course that isn't the case. That has to do with Notorious versus Alpefesting forfeiting their match against Notorious today, and also of course MD, who was previously known as I think Unlimited, also already forfeiting a little bit earlier. As they have been dropping out of the tournament for being too inactive. So there was a free win for Odessa and a free win for Notorious. and therefore this was the only match for today. Tomorrow, however, we will be back. It will be me with Uncooked, where we have another 2 matches coming up tomorrow for the same group. I'm saying it correctly? No, actually, Nightwolves versus MVG Germany from this group, and then we'll be heading over to Group B. I believe that is, yes, Group B, I'm saying it correctly. It will be vods versus MVG UK. So both MVG teams will actually be playing tomorrow, which is a very interesting one to see. MVG Germany and MVG UK. But of course, there are different groups, but it will be a fun thing, because we might not see something like this until the group stages, where they, the playoffs, where they could potentially even eventually play against each other. But yeah, basically that is it for tonight. You know what's coming up tomorrow, so I hope to see you all there. And for now, I wish everyone a very good evening. The players, thank them for playing, and everyone, thank you for watching, and also you, Ohonex, thank you for casting with me.
Thank you for producing this lovely stream.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So for now, I wish everyone a good evening, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. So goodbye. Good night.
Good night.